This is gonna be the actual start of the or the recording session. Okay, so hey.
Can I get a oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
All right. So we're going in blind here. Welcome to Weekly Debrief with 4 idiots.
Hey.
I'm Charles.
Idiots.
Instead of mic check 1 2, it's can I get a oh yeah on cam 4?
Shut up. So
I'm
we're gonna go in
Raven.
order here. Hey,
Oh.
hey.
I already
We're
went
gonna go in
though.
order. Charles.
Raven.
Trevor.
Jaime.
All right, and we're the 4 idiots you're stuck with for tonight. Because I
You
can't
can just
say
click
another
off.
word.
They can click off.
Huh? What'd you say?
I said they could just click off. They don't have to stick here.
It's a podcast.
And?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, could you turn that off? It's bothering me that it's on.
Well, I think we just turn
I
all the
will.
lights off. Do this in complete darkness.
Complete darkness. I thought you
Yeah.
had to read.
We need like our phone lights or something.
Fine. Okay. Hey Google, turn off all outlets.
Jokes on you. Mine's online.
So much better.
Raven lighting up the entire house with their headset right now. You got the assist on that one.
Cozy
All right.
now.
So, okay, if you want to do this in darkness, we'll just hit that. Oh, that one right there.
Trevor, get your stinky feet.
Okay.
Girl,
Welcome to
nothing
Scary
about my
Story-
feet is stinky.
Okay. Welcome to Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. All right. So yeah. So
That joke
we have a
only
weird
works if they
schedule
could
for the
see
day.
us.
What?
That joke only worked if they could see us.
They just heard us talking for 5 minutes without turning off the lights. Okay. I don't have my list. Oh, I do. It's right here. But first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do it unsolved, true crime, for lack of true unsolved crime. That just sounds weird.
My toes itchy, leave me alone.
Okay.
I was looking at the
No one needed to know that. Trevor, shut. Raven, take it away.
Okay, so I researched the disappearance of the Jamison family. Okay, so I'm
Haven't
gonna read
you
this.
ever heard that one? I haven't.
You have?
I've never heard of these people.
Okay.
You have?
Well, I'm gonna start off with the story, and then we're
Trevor's
gonna go
wide
into the theories.
listening.
Okay. So the Jamison family was comprised of a 44-year-old Bobby Dale Jamison, the dad, 40-year-old Sherilyn Langham Jamison. I could have butchered that really bad, but we're gonna ignore it. The mom, and then 6-year-old Madison Stormy Starr Jamison.
Doesn't matter.
And they disappeared on October 8th of 2009. Now the family lived in Eufaula, Oklahoma. Again, I could have butchered that.
Probably did.
Oklahoma, not Eufaula. I'm just kidding. Anyway, at the time of their vanishing, the last person to see the family alive was a man that lived in the mountains in southeastern Oklahoma. Okay, we're setting the setting here.
Okay.
So,
Skinwalker.
the man informed the police, though, that he only ever saw the family during the time. That he only ever saw that family during the time. He never saw anybody else. Just remember that. And then the reason for the Jamisons being in the area was because they were looking to purchase like a 40-acre plot of land to live on in some storage container that they already owned back on their property. Okay. Now, we're going to jump to November 16th. And this was only 8 days after the family was last seen alive. The first major discovery in the case was this is when it first occurred. About a quarter mile away from the Jamisons' last known location, some hunters found the Jamisons' truck abandoned and still locked.
Okay.
Ooh.
So they were clearly like on an adventure of some sort.
They were going somewhere, apparently. The investigators searched the truck and they found Bobby's wallet, Sherilyn's purse, their jackets, a GPS, Bobby's cell phone, $32,000 in cash.
That's just casual. Like,
Stuffed in a bank bag, stashed under the driver's seat, and then they found the Jamison's pet dog, Maisie.
Was it dead?
Maisie was malnourished, but she was alive.
Mm.
So Bobby's cell phone contained a picture of his daughter, Madison, and they think that was taken the day before they disappeared. But one key observation to remember is that the truck that showed... Back up 1 second. Okay. One key observation to remember is that the truck showed no evidence of any kind of struggle. The former sheriff of Latimer County, Israel Beauchamp, he said, quote, "I think they were forced to stop and got out of the truck to meet with somebody they recognized, and I think they either left willingly or by force," end quote.
That's very broad.
This whole case is broad.
Okay, anyways.
Okay. But when they checked the GPS unit from the truck, it indicated that the family was further up a nearby hill prior to the location where their truck and belongings were found. When the investigators followed the GPS coordinates and they found footprints. The next day, on October 17th, over 300 people, including volunteers and authorities, formed a large-scale air and ground search party. But sadly, all the leads went cold, and the search for the Jamisons was called off.
All the leads?
What?
You said all the leans.
All the leads went cold.
Leads.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Jaime.
All the leads went cold, and the search for the Jamisons was called off. That led to the case's second major and very unfortunate discovery. So a few years later, on November 16th of 2013, there was some hunters scouting for deer hunting locations deep in the woods when they stumbled upon partially skeletal remains of 3 bodies of 2 adults and 1 child.
Uh-oh.
And these remains were discovered less than 3 miles away from where the Jamisons had discovered over 4 years earlier. And the official searched the area and uncovered shoes, bits of clothing, adult teeth, an adult arm and leg bones, and bone fragments. And eventually they confirmed the bones to be the missing Jamison family.
So, wait, how far away was that again?
It was less than 3 miles away from where they had disappeared.
So, like, the whole family?
Yeah.
Damn.
So why didn't the search party, notice them? Like,
I have no idea.
Stuff like that just happens.
You said, there was bone fragments?
There were bone fragments, leg bones, arm bones, teeth.
Does it mention anything like a shattered specific bone?
No.
I was gonna say that would be
But
what?
I'm about to tell you what the examiner said.
Okay.
So the Oklahoman, state medical examiner, Dr. Joshua Lantern, reported that a cause and the manner of death were unknown, but this could be because the skeletal remains weren't complete. And then, although Lantern stated that there was no evidence of trauma, but again, that could be because they couldn't fully rule out anything because of incomplete remains. Okay. But there was also evidence of post-mortem damage by animals. But
so they were
that was kind
outside. That was kind of given.
But that was kind of obvious that was going to happen since they were just up there. But his final report of the case states that the deaths occurred under suspicious circumstances. What are you people doing?
He was doing eating.
Well, what? The animals are gonna eat their bodies.
He was using his hand and doing a nice force.
Yeah, you got that
gesture.
Yummy.
So Lantern's final report.
You did not.
What?
They died. Let's start singing Justin.
Yeah, and the forest ate them.
So anyway, his final report was that it was under suspicious circumstances. Okay. But more items that are worth mentioning from the investigation was a missing briefcase and a missing .22 caliber handgun registered to Sherilyn.
22? Weak.
All you can do is just critique the dead people.
Both of which were never found. So they never found the gun and they never found the briefcase. At the time of their disappearance, both Bobby and Sherilyn were not working due to disabilities, and they were receiving disability checks.
Okay.
Bobby was on disability due to being in a car accident. But another thing worth noting is that Sherilyn's mother, Connie Kokatan, mentioned that she did not know of any type of settlement from the accident, but that would have explained the $32,000 in cash found in the Jamison's truck.
I feel like they would be able to, like, find the settlement in, like, court records.
Yeah. But neither Connie nor anybody else could explain where this money came from. And then former Sheriff Beauchamp also said that while on the investigation, he stated that there, quote, doesn't appear to be any signs that the Jamisons were in trouble or looking to start a new life, end quote.
Okay.
So they just don't know where that money came from. And then another odd thing is that there was security footage that was taken outside the Jamisons' home, and the footage, according to the Daily Mail, was from the day that they left and showed the couple making several silent trips between the car and their home as if they methodically packed to leave. But Beauchamp described their movement as, quote, trance-like.
I'm gonna be 100% in the middle of that last paragraph. I just, like, did I click record? I did, but, like, I sound high because I can't do this audio.
Trust me.
Okay. But he described their movement as, quote, trance-like, and in the video they sometimes would just stop and stare. But finally, Beauchamp said that normally, quote, normally you can go through an investigation and one by one start to eliminate certain scenarios. We haven't been able to do that. In this case, with this family, everything seems possible, end quote.
That's just very broad.
He's a very broad man, apparently.
Probably got some broad shoulders. Trevor, you might be interested.
Have you got any input on this?
Yeah, you haven't said a single thing.
It looks like
I'm
he's
just
playing
like
games
in.
with it.
I'm intaking the information. Like gonna
Okay,
get
so
some
what she said.
theories by the end.
What was the name of the family?
Jamison? Something like that?
Dang it, you passed.
I
Dang,
didn't even
he
know
was-
that.
Okay, I would give you a passing, but you put a question mark on the end, so that's a fail. Just like George.
What was the
What?
name
He
of
was
the
asked
cop?
a question.
What was the name of the cop?
I don't know. I wasn't listening.
Okay, you guys want to hear the theories?
Yeah. let's hear it.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, hold on.
Oh my god. Girl,
What was
don't.
Okay, theory 1 is that the family simply got lost in the woods and they died from hypothermia and exposure.
Weak.
Nah.
That doesn't explain the briefcase or pistol.
Because there's more explanation on it. They said in the days that followed their disappearance, the area where the Jamisons were last seen experienced heavy rains, although not rain strong enough to cause their death. But weather reports in the area at that time showed temperatures of merely 40 degrees at the coldest, and as a reminder, the bodies were only found only 2.7 miles from their truck. And they didn't have jackets.
Well, I don't.
But I feel like that still doesn't explain how they got out
This
there.
is true. This is true crime. That's too easy.
Exactly. So, part 2, or theory 2, is that the Jamisons' demise was a murder-suicide scenario.
Maybe. That's what I thought.
Exactly. There's a missing gun. And if it was a murder-suicide, well, I guess that... Never mind, I was going to say, why wouldn't they take the money,
It
but...
was a 22, and, you know,
I
that
don't
gun
know
can't really
about
kill anything.
you.
But I'm feeling 22. Anyway, so apparently the investigation...
Curtis stared at me for 2 minutes.
This one when I read it was kind of weird. So, which I thought they would have put in like the story, but they didn't. But in the investigation, there would a suspicious letter would turn up according to one report, and it was 11 pages long, and it was found in the Jamison's truck, and another letter was also found in the family home. Okay, so the letter found in the truck was a hate letter written from Sherilyn to Bobby, in which she accused him of being a hermit. And then the letter from home was said to mention death. And according to Beauchamp, quote, they were certainly a family obsessed with death, end quote.
Ooh.
That's suspicious.
Sherilyn's mother, however, repeated that Bobby and Sherilyn were good parents and quoted, like I've said from the very beginning, I think that somebody killed them. There's just no way that Bobby and Sherilyn would ever let anything happen to Madison unless something had been done to them. End quote. But how close was she to her mother?
That's a good question. It just reminds me of, like, if you ever seen those pictures from, like, World War II, like how they were, like, laying next to each other, it said?
Yeah.
Kind of. That's all I can, like, picture in my mind is just, like, skeletons laying next to each other. Like, you've ever seen the pictures of, like, the Jewish, I don't know what you'd call them, soon-to-be dead people lining up in, like, a trench? That's all I can, like, picture in my head. It's like, I feel like someone shot them.
Okay. Number
Took half
3.
the money.
The Jamisons were murdered by Bobby Jamison's 67-year-old father, Bob Dean Jamison.
Okay, Bob Dean's an interesting name. Start there.
Okay, so
If
earlier
your
in
name's
2000...
Bob Dean, Raven will cash app you $45 cash.
What?
What?
Do you need me to repeat? I said if your name's Bob Dean, then Raven will cash app you
No,
$45.
I will not. I did not agree to that.
You didn't need to. It's
Oh
okay.
my
I
goodness,
agreed for you.
excuse me.
Continue.
I'll take it from your bank account then.
Nah, I told you I have a different password for my bank account, and you don't know it. I told you
I'll
to
take
guess.
it out of our
Yes,
joint
but
stock
it's
account, I guess.
boils.
That's $10. There's nothing in there.
I'll let it get up to that much, so you'll be waiting a long time.
Keep talking.
So,
My bad, G. I touched the mic.
earlier in 2009, about 6 months earlier, before the family disappeared, Bobby had filed a protective order against his father.
Okay, that's kind of...
I can't get the caramel in his mouth, and he goes,
No, I'm going, I'm loving this gossip.
Okay, so allegedly Bob had threatened to kill Bobby and his family on 2 separate occasions in November 2008 and April 2009. Bobby did not detail how his father made these threats in the petition, even though I feel like that's something you should probably mention. But he did, however, write that Bob had, quote, hit me with his vehicle, end quote, on November 1st, 2008. Along with writing that Bob was a, quote, very dangerous man who thinks he's above the law, end quote.
What year did this happen again?
The death?
Yeah.
Like the disappearance?
Disappearance.
Let me just make sure so I'm not crazy. 2009. October 8th, 2009.
Okay, I was gonna say, he could be the one that, like, hit him with he got the car accident, like, mother-in-law didn't know of any settlements. But I think the year's too far apart.
But there's a lot more about this one, though. But he'd also, and then he also said that he'd been involved with, quote, prostitutes, gangs, and meth.
I mean, I've been involved with a
quote.
couple of those every once in a while, but like,
No, you have not.
not good with a shot.
I'm thinking cult.
Babe, don't embarrass me.
That's number 4.
No,
We're
because
getting to it.
literally this sounds like some cult activities.
Yeah. That's theory number 4. We're going to get to that. And then finally, Bobby did state in his petition that, quote, my entire family is severely scared for their lives. I am in fear at all times, end quote.
He's assaulting my hand. I'm just tickling him, and he's hitting me with his feet.
Testimonies were given in the case, and a judge dismissed the protective order on May 18, 2009. Bobby Jamison was also in the process of suing his father at the time of the Jamisons' disappearance. Basically, the suit was just that Bobby would sometimes work for free at his father's gas station, where half of the sales had been promised to Bobby, but he was never paid for them. And Bobby and Sherilyn have been previously described as scammers by Beauchamp, since in the past they've sued 3 others in 2005 after a car accident. Moreover, Jack Jamison, who's Bobby's uncle, claimed that Bob Dean was, quote, disturbed at the time. and Jack was, quote, pretty sure he was not capable of being involved in any of that.
Okay, so about that, I would like. So my question is, so they had one other car accident, it said? That
Apparently,
they sued 3 people?
they've been sued for 3 others.
Or they sued for 3 of them.
They sued for 3 others after a car accident in 2005. Excuse me.
So I'd have to.
Which, remember, Bobby was on disability for a car accident.
Yeah, that kind of seems like suspicious. Like the type where they cut the brake lights so that no one can see him and rear end them.
Yeah.
Type suspicious. So.
Are you eating that sign?
But. He said.
So Jaime currently has a metal sign in his mouth.
We all heard that thump, right?
That's Jacob getting home, guys. He's opened the bedroom door. He can hear me.
Cold turkey.
Okay. Number 4. I thought I was gonna sneeze. I'm sorry. Okay. So according to Connie, Sherilyn's mother.
This is just water, right?
Yeah. According to Connie, Sherilyn's mother, the cult had a, quote, hit list. And Sherilyn was on it for some reason. And after the investigation, Discovery aired a special on the family on the show. Oh, wait, did I even tell you guys the 4th theory was the Jamisons were murdered by a cult?
No.
Okay.
You mentioned it because Trevor said something about a cult.
Okay, my bad. Let me backtrack. So the 4th theory is the Jamisons were murdered by a cult.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, surprise.
Oh my gosh.
Right, Trevor?
That's my theory.
And
this was just
according
a
to
crime
Sherilyn's mother,
theory.
Connie, the cult had a hit list and Sherilyn was on it. But after the investigation, Discovery aired a special on the family on the show Disappeared. Sherilyn's close friend, Nikki Shenold, said she received a phone call from an anonymous woman who reportedly told Nikki that she'd once been in a white supremacy group that kept a book containing a list of people who'd had been problems for them. And she claimed that if she ever could remember one of the names she had seen, she'd go home, look it up on the internet, and that's when she found multiple missing persons cases, including Sherilyn and Bobby's.
Ooh.
Wait,
So,
I'm sorry, what? That doesn't make much sense.
so apparently, one of Sherilyn's close friends got a phone call after this special on the family disappearance.
So Sherilyn's the mother-in-law, or the mother?
Sherilyn's the mom. Connie is her mom.
Okay, sorry. That's what mixed
my bad.
in my brain.
No.
That's on me.
The mom told the people that Sherilyn's close friend got a phone call from this random woman saying that she'd been part of this white supremacy group called or whatever, and every time she would be doing something and she'd remember somebody's name, she'd go home and look it up, and then she found multiple missing persons cases on these people that she was remembering, including the Jamison family.
Yeah, but then again, at the same time, it could just be
Coincidence?
not coincidence, more or less just attention-seeking people.
That's true. But she went in full detail about certain things.
Yeah.
I guess. Well, I didn't do my Duolingo.
Hi, me.
In a minute, I need my phone.
No, I'm just playing.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'll have time.
So, and then in 1993, an article in the Oklahoman, I don't know, stated that a few cults had sprung up around eastern Oklahoma through a U.S. Marshal named James Webb had added, quote, "There hasn't been any activity in a couple years," end quote. It's also been suggested that the Jamisons were into witchcraft.
Ooh, fancy.
Yummy.
A witch Bible was reportedly found in their home, And though Nikki Chenault claimed that Sherilyn bought the witch Bible as a joke.
Okay. That's
But
but like I feel like anyone could just walk in and be like, guys, I'm just buying these, I don't know, condoms as a joke, you know, like something like that. Like, just
But that
what?
being said, their pastor in Eufaula, Gary Brandon, claimed that Bobby confessed that he was reading a satanic Bible. And additionally,
the power of
mysterious
Christ.
graffiti was found in the large storage container kept on the Jamison's property. And one line read, quote, 3 cats killed to date by people in this area. Witches don't like their black cat killed, end quote.
Yeah, no, they weren't a cult. They weren't a cult.
Yeah, it sounds cult-like. We're at the 25-minute mark, guys. We're almost at that.
That could also explain the restraining order.
That could.
The restraining order sounded pretty good too, though. But Sherilyn's mother reported that there was some odd behavior from her daughter and said she became very illogical. And one day she drove me to Oklahoma City, dropped me off on the street. She told me to get out of my car. So I did.
She was possessed.
She said, "Get out of my car, Mom.
Got me.
Who's driving this bus?"
Aww.
And then the main evidence of the strange behavior was the aforementioned security tape where the 2 Jamison parents appeared to be in a trance-like state. And the Jamisons also reportedly claimed to have 2 to 4 ghosts in their home. And Father Gary Brandon even told investigators that Bobby Jamison had once called him asking about, quote, special bullets.
It's them damn demons.
And that these bullets could be used to shoot spirits.
What do you think about that? You're a ghost yourself. I mean, you're practically like the whitest person here.
Okay, but just glance over me then.
Oh, he has the middle eye go. He's the whitest person here.
Okay, my last theory. You guys ready? You guys are gonna be mind blown. Drugs.
Comes aliens.
Oh.
Please do not tell me that
Alien
was the last theory.
No, I just said it. Drugs.
That's so dumb. I believe in
Because
ghosts, but
all
not
of the
aliens.
aforementioned strange behavior from the Jamison parents could be explained by the influence of drugs.
That is true, but at the same time,
And
where did all the money come from?
that's what I'm saying. Where'd all the
Ooh, what
money
if they
come
were
Maybe
from
they
if they
sold
were
drugs.
drugs?
business?
They sold
If they were
drugs.
really into drugs, they could have sold drugs. Yeah, but if they were really into drugs to the point where they were like in these strange trance-like things,
then they wouldn't be
they
selling.
wouldn't be having that much money. They wouldn't be settling for things. They
Maybe
wouldn't be trying to
cartel?
buy a 40-acre plot in the middle of nowhere in the mountains.
Oklahoma, right?
Yes. But still, if you're like your drug dealer thing, why would they be trying to buy a 40-acre plot away from everybody?
To make
The
drugs.
store. Oh, yeah, they could have.
But they wanted to live in a storage unit.
Exactly. Storage units are like a great place to make drugs.
Yeah, especially for your young children next door.
Okay. Yeah. This sounds
But
like
there were actually
mega
rumors
major
that the
cartel
Jamison
shit.
parents were involved with drugs, and some believe that the family was involved in drug deal gone awry, whatever you want to say. I'm sorry. As reported by the Oklahoma.
Whatever you want to say. I'm sorry.
In May 2010, Sherilyn's mother, who didn't believe drugs were involved, said the couple had been in financial straits. Pure speculation here, but maybe the $32,000 in cash had something to do with the possible deal, as it makes no sense for how the Jamisons had that money, let alone the car they disappeared from. But police initially suspected drugs after viewing the strange security footage, but Beauchamp said that there was no evidence backing up the theory that Jamisons used or dealt drugs. Yet he also said he could not rule out the possibility that drugs could have been somehow involved in the disappearance. And to be fair, many have pointed out that the Jamisons likely would not have taken their 6-year-old Madison with them if they had any kind of drug-related event that was taking place. If what Sherilyn's mother was saying is true, and that they were really good parents and they would not want Madison to get hurt, I don't think they would have taken her on a drug deal in the mountains of Oklahoma, where
Okay.
they've been supposed to cult,
Okay.
even if they were in them or not.
Maybe it was more or less like I think the cult theory is the most relevant, or like the
Yeah.
witchcraft type
Like
cult
the
theories.
supposed diabolical books, that type of thing. That make like
Yeah, honey,
yeah.
you gotta put your mic down, man. Nobody can hear you.
What? Like this?
Yeah, it's like
Alright.
10 times
Yeah.
better.
I mean, it makes most sense with like the cult theory, because like there's the witchcraft and then there was a book like the diabolical book, something like that, and yeah, it makes the most sense overall.
The Witch Bible?
The diabolical Bible, whatever.
You used the
yeah.
word diabolical in there when you were describing
And
it.
he just merged it? Okay.
Well, I mean, it's kind of just what
That's just a diabolical book, like yeah, the good book, yeah.
I definitely think that one, because just if you think about it, like why?
But the thing is with the cults is even if it was a cult, I feel like there would have been more to back it up. Like I feel like there would have been at least like more bodies that somebody would have found, even if it wasn't just for them.
I mean, there probably is more. It's just like
But
there
like why
probably are
have
more
nobody been
bodies,
reporting
but
these
they
people
haven't been
missing?
found.
Well, maybe they didn't have a lot of time to hide them, considering like the search party was gonna come through anyway. So maybe
But-
they like kept them in a truck and then, you know what I mean, something
Trevor.
like that.
My knee. Trevor, my knee.
I need to stretch my legs out.
Stretch it now.
But maybe they like hit him somewhere and then they finally just like dumped the bodies a couple days later
Thank
once
God.
or a couple months
Sorry.
later when the heat died down. You know, there wasn't really too much to hide them depending on how long the search parties lasted. There
But
wasn't
why
really.
was... But I feel like still the police would have mentioned that there's been more people missing in the area.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They could have kept him somewhere else for a very long time.
Yeah, but I feel like there would have been more people missing to back up the cult theory. They couldn't have been the only family that went missing from that cult. If it was a cult.
I mean, there probably is. It's like maybe like different towns or like.
But it's a cult in the southeastern mountains of Oklahoma.
Yeah, it doesn't mean like. Well, remember all the disappearances that the one girl was looking up?
Trevor, don't be going to sleep.
I'm not going to sleep.
But then also, what was that one quoting that was like about the black cat or something like that? It's like.
That still could have been graffiti.
Fair. Yeah.
It's just kind of like.
I'm not saying the cult thing's wrong. I'm just saying I feel like it should have had more to back it up.
I mean, that's
Because
kinda
that
fair.
one's strong, and so is the dad.
I don't think it's as strong though. It's the cold one.
The cold one?
Colt.
Ow!
Colt.
Stop! What is wrong
Stop
with
putting
you?
your foot in his butt. I swear to God, no.
She got.
Playing on his phone. You're supposed to be talking with
I'm
him.
not playing on my phone.
Finally stop rubbing your sheets together. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna have to go with the cult theory if I had to choose one.
Same.
He's going cult. Trevor, what are you going?
Boy, my original theory was cold.
So you're gonna stick with it?
Yeah?
Major and Colt. What about you, Raven?
I'm sticking with cult.
I love a good
I
ghost
do
story.
So
I do like a good cult.
I do think we've came to the conclusion. We're just gonna go with cult. Oh well, that's the end of this episode. So yeah, if you want to come listen to the acoustics talk about things, stop on by. All right.
You made that so awkward. Just say bye. You want to come to episode 2? Go ahead.
Ivy, say exactly what Raven just said.
Hmm? What was it?
Just say it. Just say it.
Say what?
What I just said.
I didn't pay attention. I'm so sorry.
Okay, babe,
I'm
say
so
it again. Say it again.
Bye. Have a good night, day, whatever time zone you're in. Hope you come to episode 2.
Okay.
Go.
Bye. Bye. Have a good day or night, wherever you are, like what time zone you're in, and hope you see you in episode 2.
Now in Spanish.
Okay.
I can't.
Do I have to?
Sí.
Okay. Adiós, buenos días o buenas noches, donde estés o cual zona de tiempo estés, y esperemos verte en el episodio 2 de este podcast.
Now in French. Trevor, go.
Oui, oui.
Alright.
Bye bye.
Bye. Have a good time.